Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on south side as the red Chinese, we have McCleves. Spawn on north side as the blue Spanish, we have LuisCocada. I think they're just doing some fun taunt stuff. Either way, looks like for because of the map, we got the House of Fan Art, which can give you access to the Everzone, which are a skirmisher, boyars, a heavy cav, or more like and Greek Revolution, which can give you some musketeers. Best go over this one earlier on. How about my videos? And spawn over here, we got the House of Habsburgs. We can give you some funny faced looking infantry, weird infantry such as the mounted infantry, which are a heavy range cav, weird, and the line infantry, as well as some Magyar Hussars. Of course, the people with the funny faces get the weird heavy range cavalry type. The Spanish player, of course, is the shipment faction, one of them at least, which has a land, villagers, capitalism, villagers, wood, coin, rodealos, advanced arsenal, road to create a claim the new world, House of Charmisia, probably butchered that, higher Irish brigadiers, wood, marvelous here, archaic infantry combat, rodealos, hussars, lancers, calabros, falconets, Spanish gold, hired armored pistoliers, hussars, culverins, heavy cannon, factory, and factory. And for the Chinese, one shipment available, but no deck selected. Not sure what he's replying to. And looks like he will kill that man and steal his railway material. He was gonna be an entrepreneur, you monster. At least Frujul is perfectly fine. And now he does have a selected deck. The anti-cavalry deck, which does make sense versus the Spanish. Which he will have T-Export, Northern Refugees, Coin, Shuko News, Quang Pikemen, Step Riders, Mongolian Scourge, Diplomatic Intrigue, Sustainable Agriculture, more Wood, Coin, Arquebus, Territorial Army Combat, Repelling Volley, Keshiks, Yang Army, Meteor Hammers, Intervention, Higher Manchurian Cavalry Archers, Manchu Combat, Emperor's Army, Flying Crows, Fire Dragon Manual, Western Reforms, and Rat and Shields. Mongolian Scourge. It's been a while since last seen this card. Step Riders do more damage against villagers, which is a 100% bonus damage. No, that's Keshiks. Let's see. Step Rider. Yep, 100% bonus damage versus villagers. As well as Vex Keshiks to do bonus damage versus heavy cav. Iron Flails do less hand attack against heavy infantry. Iron Flails do 50% more damage against infantry. So it makes those multipliers a bit more extreme. And Iron Flails of various modes. Yep. And now we do have the Russians being allied, and as well as the Summer Palace. His deck seems a little bit short on the H2 cards, so I'm thinking he's going to go for a Fast Fortress. And Spanish design for the Governor. His deck does, of course, have Lancers and Calabros. Overall, nothing too hyper focused on any sort of one unit type, but we'll probably likely utilize Lancers. The Plague Doctor will be killed off, and he'll be stealing his first edition journal. There's a mix of archaic and cavalry is his deck. Summer Palace is almost complete. And has 2 shipments available. And red will be killing this gunman to steal his carrier pigeon. So stealing is a pet birdie, new monster. Summer Palace is now complete. And looks like Spanish design for a bit of eco play as well. We do only have one trade post back here, same for the Chinese. Blockhouse wagon now deployed on the field. It does get... the blockhouse is from the Russians. I don't know why in my mind I got mixed up the castle. Blockhouse could allow them to be a bit more aggressive. Bring a shipment of coin and then a shipment of step riders. This next shipment may be for Mongolian Scourge, but that's just a hypothesis. And blue will start stealing these brigands. Saber. Looks like this disciple has taken some damage. One shipment available. Going for the step riders, got the scout being deployed on the field, which is a man from Boston with a scattergun and a fish. He may punch the dog. Dog's now getting punched, and that's not how you probably pet a dog. Back in Shriek now being researched in the Confucian Academy, so both players going for a fast fortress. This will of course give them some free flying crows. So maximizing the free production. Step Riders back here. Step Riders more or less a cheap Hussar variant with actually decent siege damage for a Hussar. Now with Mongolian Scourge, it can get ×2 damage versus villagers, which makes it effectively a standard Hussar with half health to fight villagers. So I guess closer to an Ulan. A cheap Ulan. Only 2 versus villagers. He's now ending relationships with the Russians. Step Riders push way forward. Does not have Mongolian Scourge to research. And Mongolian Scourge will be also useful upgrading his Keshiks to engage his opponent's various heavy cav, such as Hussars and Lancers. Does get a free army out there. And of course, when the Confucian Academy is built, does give him 8 arquebusts. So it does have a decent force on the field, 44 population versus 36. Spanish gold now being researched, not big surprise. And it looks like the Step Riders did get a bit of damage from the Hussars. Chuko News and the arquebusts will not be very good versus those Hussars, but the Step Riders will do reasonably well. Step Riders did get a bit of extra health for something. He is also researching intervention, and he is currently selected the British allies, so we will get a handful of redcoats, and shipping in a bunch of redcoats as well. The Chinese player will have a sizable army on the field. Granted, it's Chinese, so it's relatively cheap army. Does take out that unit there. Intervention has arrived. Does give him 9 musketeers. So you will have a sizable army of 37 out on the field. His opponent only has an army of 11. And now bringing a shipment of Lancers. Lancers will be good against his opponent's current composition. While they will be a little bit weaker versus Musketeers, so they're anti-cav damage, they will still do good damage in return. Storm pushes by 4, does not get engagement there. There's a number of veteran musketeers. Don't think you see any veteran research right now. The town militia have been queued and have been deployed. Run torch down this house. Villager does get gunned down there. Now I've got a shipment of Keshiks and Step Riders. Now going for more of the old hand armies. When the lancers do go down, hitting some of the cavalry, needs to make sure those are hitting infantry. Oh, does get some good damage there. Got a critical hit with the monk. Red is going to do just fine. Take out all the cavalry. Blue still has only a handful of musketeers, and the Minutemen are down to 1 health. And now you got Fast Fortress, the King's Musketeer. Not familiar with what the King's Musketeers will provide. It may provide us some musketeers. Right now, Spanish does have quite a bit of wood. He may want to switch the wood shipments from the trade post to something else. Spawn's not bringing in. He should get his first free flying crow relatively soon. It should be effective versus those musketeers, that's for sure. Bring a shipment of Keshiks that will be useful versus the heavy cab, but Spawn doesn't have much heavy cab anymore on the field. Now it does get a good number of musketeers there. He does have quite a bit of food and gold at the moment, as well as wood. Wait, is he going to revolt? Everything to me just screams, I'm ready to revolt, need some more wood. He's going for the arsenal now. Canceling the arsenal should give him enough wood to revolt. He is going for a revolt, going for Chile. And there is a massive army there of revolutionaries and the Hussars of Death. Hussars of Death are an incredibly heavy Hussar variant. They're not classified as mercenary. They will quickly take out that flying crow. It has a good number of revolutionaries here. The Chilean player does not have any villagers remaining. They're all revolutionaries. Red will lose his army. Revolutionaries are heavy infantry. They do cost a regular amount of food. Bring a shipment of 16 revolutionaries. Bring some more shipments of Baying's armies. Give him a good number of Keshiks and, of course, Step Riders, but it exactly does not want any of those units in this situation. He does bring back, he does have a good number of arquebusts. Arquebusts are going to be very good in this situation. Once Hussars of Death or somewhere, unless he killed them all off. Wasn't really paying attention to how many were left. Before engage, bring a shipment of meteor hammers. Hussars of Death has been taken out by the Keshiks. Keshiks are a counter unit. They have good multipliers, good attack speed, but low base damage. Where's my sound?
See?
I don't hear any music. We do got 2 shipments of, looks like the trade post is all bringing wood, which can be turned into revolutionaries. He does have some of these city towers that do provide experience triple. This one will be claimed by his opponent. The Lion player does have 54 military units versus his opponent's 42. When the arquebusts do go down, some of the revolutionaries in return. Flame player. Can't bring in the military parade. That would be very good though. You will get some gold for every shipment brings on in. He needs something to deal with all the light infantry, as well as the light cavalry. Yeah, the Gatling guns may not be half bad. He can prevent the cavalry from overrunning them with all his heavy infantry, so maybe the 4 Gatling guns. Bring the shipment Gatling guns now. Some of the arquebuses are receiving some hits there. Bring a shipment of higher Manchurian cavalry archers, which are probably not a great item at this moment in time. Bring in some of the Everzones, which are a skirmisher. That's a pretty good item. They mostly cost food. They are a high hit point skirmisher, so this should be a decent item versus the revolutionaries. There's a flying crow there. Flying crows would be very useful. Has a good number of Gatling guns. The meteor hammers are a range 4 range hussar. Gatling guns on the far away, getting some good damage on the various forces. They're definitely anti-infantry artillery unit. Flying crow push way forward, needs to start hitting those Gatling guns. Does do 228 siege damage, which is enough to one-shot the Gatling guns, which have 150 health. He may get another shot off. He does get another shot off there. Does get another Gatling gun. The splash damage may be good enough. The flying crow does go down. It did some good work there. Revolutionaries trying to push away forward. And the sentries and regulars have been blown out on the field as well. The Manchurian cavalry archers do have good damage, great attack speed, being mercenary light cavalry, but they don't have any particular bonus damage. They also do have 40% range resist, so they're resilient like cavalry, that's for sure. Not anything particularly great. We do now the Everzone here, which are a higher health skirmisher. They do have ×3 versus heavy cav. Or not heavy cav, heavy infantry. Another round of musketeers. The red coats are taking quite a bit of damage there. Everzone's straightforward against good flanking. Another round of revolutionaries. Looks like a shipment of 16. Bring in a shipment of Keshiks, which are of course light cavalry, but not good in this situation. Repelling volley may be a little bit better. It'll give us arquebus, adds plus 1.2. No, that's light cavalry. Rock. Heavy infantry. This one arquebus will get plus 100% damage against heavy infantry. So repelling volley may be better and go for more of the arquebusts. Bring another shipment of Gatling guns, not bad. Shangdo swordsmen do have 18 damage, which is actually not too great compared to musketeers, which do have 12. Got a number of Gatling guns there, taking some fire. Gatling guns do less damage versus cavalry. Another flying crow will soon be deployed on the field. So these villagers are going down. Villager's trying to take some hits. I think I can lose one. Now the Sun Palace is taking some fire. Discipline Keshiks are not good versus in this situation. So I suppose it will do a bit of bonus damage versus the artillery. They may just want to make sure they get set to melee mode with the Gatling guns. Summer Palace does go down, which is a bit of a loss. We got the Flying Crow creeping his way forward, trying to hit the Gatling gun. Now we're seeing some fire. May just want to fire around on the Revolutionaries before he goes down. Does go down without getting shot off on the Revolutionaries. Now he's going to take an opportunity to gauge those Gatling guns. He knows his opponent's formation split on up. Trying those swordsmen and various skirmishers push way forward. Trying to find those Gatling guns with his cavalry. Getting some good damage there. He's starting to get completely encircled. Revolutionaries have intercept. The Chengdo swordsman now able to hit some of the Gatling guns in melee. Does take out some of the light cavalry there. But there goes all the Gatling guns. Cavalry's on the flank. Backing on off now. Arquebus and the Everzones push way forward. Does claim a city tower there. The city tower does have a range attack. Don't know if it actually works or not. And Red's villagers here may get spotted. Blame player does not have enough for a shipment. Has quite a bit of gold right now, so... ooh. Does have some settler wagons, some citizen wagons from a shipment. From the German settlements. Also enables settler wagons. Not sure how many he can build. He can build 20 of them. That's actually quite sizable, and they cost wood and coin, no food. And right now he has a massive amount of gold from the Spanish gold, in which maybe going to save the shipment up for the military parade, getting out 15 Royal Guard skirmishers, the German ones, some 10 Uhlans. We'll be okay. The needle guns, however, would be quite significant. Greek Revolution does give him a round of Sacred Band Infantry, which are just some free musketeers. Free, not 3, as that's 8. The 8 musketeers is definitely significantly better than the 3 musketeers. And now got the military parade now being brought on in.
Gracias por pagar mi rescate.
Oh, got our big round of flamethrowers being brought on in as well. Very nice. That should rip apart his opponent's infantry. Let's see. Whatever you got 5 flamethrowers from. Not sure what card. He's still age 3, so none of the age 4 cards available. You got, of course, a good number of Prussian Uhlans, which are doing almost as much damage as the Hussars of Death. Does have disciplined flamethrowers as well. Trying to push his way forward. The flamethrowers connect. They produce a significant amount of damage. The needle gunners do have 22 damage and also slightly faster attack speed. The slugging hit. So push way forward. He has to maintain this from those flamethrowers. Who ordered the sauerkraut? Extra crispy. So push forward with his Uhlans. Got another flying crow here. Uhlans trying to charge on the flying crow. Does take it out there, but will take quite a bit of damage. Flamethrowers are burning the Chileans. Looks like all the Uhlans are down. So number of needle gunners there. And there goes Blue's army. Blue is now going for a big round of musketeers. Round of musketeers do cost the same amount as revolutionaries, just a bit more coin. than food. And they, of course, they are veterans, so they're going to be significantly better than those revolutionaries. But they do have less health. Revolutionaries have 24 damage, 200 health, versus these veteran musketeers who have only 180 health and 27 damage. Both have 12 range, and the revolutionaries do actually have better anti-cav range damage. Handful of these Chilean villagers are starting to go on down. Bring a shipment of revolutionaries once again. Chinese players not planning to age up anytime soon. Does have a bit of export to import some items. Use the export to get the imports. Now let's bring in another round of disciplined flamethrowers. I was just mainly building them, which is actually pretty uncommon. You don't really see people build flamethrowers all too often. And it looks like the city towers can fire, but they will easily get captured if it's not nearby structures or units. Now we're going to bring in the British Expeditionary Company, which will also give one falconet. One falconet can be very useful, but his opponent does have 3 falconets in the field. He does have a number of iron flails, which are an AoE melee unit, melee cavalry. City towers do bonusing versus cavalry, like in outposts. They have the same damage type as outposts. That Chinese villager does get gunned down. And Red does have an army of 58 units here. His one has an army of 29 only. Only one of the Prussians remain. Bang those swordsmen do take a good volley there. Falconet does get some hits there. Flamethrowers push their way forward. And now we do have the various heavy cav trying to overrun the falconets, and they're doing a good job at that. Flamethrowers burning the rest of these units there. Blue's army completely surrounded and burnt up. And Blue casted GG. This Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.